I'm Jamila Jamil, and we are here tonight to change the world.
I'm constantly dreaming about the world I want.
They are evidence that a determined and mighty group of legal warriors can literally change the course of history for girls and women.
This work is truly worth living for.
From our friends in Finland to activists in Egypt, we are all connected by a common goal to make equality reality.
Thanks to my partnership with Equality Now, I am making that possibility a reality.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, I'm Shadia Al-Mayoushi. I come from Lebanon and I'm a board member of Equality Now.
I am Simone, a board member at Equality Now, living in Brazil.
I'm Omar Samra and I work with Equality Now in Egypt.
I'm Chandra, and I work with Equality Now in the United States.
I'm Patricia Amira, a board member for Equality Now.
And I joined Equality Now because I really wanted to make a difference for girls and for women in my country and in the Arab world and in the Middle East as a whole.
I'm a board member because I believe in the importance of the role of men in the fight for bringing equal rights to women and girls all around the world.
What I like most about the organization is that it builds bridges to a better future for women and girls.
Because it's focused at the crux of the issue, changing laws to support women and girls.
I also have 2 daughters, so that was a very important reason I wanted to make a brighter future for them.
And we're continuing to fight for an equal world for women and girls.
And this is powerful work and unique. And it is what draws me or continues to draw me to it.
We are counting on you to achieve this goal that is the only path to a more just world.
And we're continuing to fight for a world in which every girl can be safe, fearless, and free.
Your donations make that possible, and we're extremely, extremely grateful for that. So thank you.
Thank you. Muito obrigada. Muchas gracias.
Shukran.
Thank you.
Stay safe. And asante nisan.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this year's Equality Now virtual gala. I'm Tig Notaro, and I am thrilled to support this fantastic organization. I'm also just thrilled to be at a virtual party. Why didn't we have these before 2020? This is totally my speed. This year, our gala is in October so that we can celebrate International Day of the Girl. Tonight, you'll get to hear from some spectacular individuals besides me. We have Gloria Steinem, who I found out a couple of years ago I'm distantly related to. Debbie Allen, who I'm unfortunately not related to. Jane Fonda, also not related to. You'll see some celebrities and you'll see some superstars. The activists that are actually doing the nitty-gritty social justice work day in and day out. Here we go. Grab a drink, a mocktail, some sort of elevated snack like maybe a vegan pizza bagel with broccoli sprouts or something. Grab it and get ready to be inspired.
Thank you, Tig Notaro, for those opening remarks. Hi, everyone. I'm Josh Gondelman, a substantially less famous and accomplished comedian. Thank you for letting me, a man, fail upwards into getting to join you all supporting equality for women and girls all over the world. It truly is an honor and a privilege. I'll be popping up a few times tonight to remind you why we're here this evening. To support Equality Now, and not just with good vibes, but with actual financial donations. And here's some exciting news. The first $100,000 in donations tonight will be matched, so you can double your gift and your impact. A $5 donation becomes $10, $500 becomes $1,000, and $5,000 becomes an amount that is dizzying to me, a lowly stand-up comedian. So please, give generously. We need your help to meet an ambitious fundraising goal of $750,000 towards Day of the Girl. Thank you for helping make equality a reality for girls everywhere with your generosity. Honestly, I think making a man come on to talk about money and numbers feels a little sexist to men, which I think means the equality is kicking in already, which is great. So now let's get on with the show.
Remember the height of the Me Too movement? Remember being a girl and feeling not good enough or less than? Or doing all the work while your male boss takes the credit? Or feeling like the government or system does not have your back? Girls need to know that they can be anything and do anything. We all need to do whatever we can to break the cultural norms and stereotypes that keep girls from knowing they are limitless. I was so fed up with it that I wrote a children's book about it. It reminds us and them to never dim our light. I wrote this book to give girls a new narrative and to give our boys and girls the language, tools, and space to process their big feelings. So I'm asking you to do whatever you can, whether you are a writer or entertainer like me, or work as a teacher in the health profession, in the corporate world, you name it. Anywhere we can, we need to empower girls. Tell them incredible stories and words that encourage triumph, power, and equality. Join me, join Equality Now and their incredible network around the world, and let's make sure that all girls are able to shine their brightest light.
Belonging is knowing that you have a place in your society, especially when you see people who look like you in positions of power. We were the future leaders of America.
We know exactly what we want as African youth.
That's why I radicalize youth into transnational spaces that are inclusive and empowering.
Asia is co-founder and CEO of Super Business Girl.
Our mission is to recognize the true potential in every child.
My dream for the future is that I can continue making a difference in the world.
So today I'm here to facilitate a training on ending child marriage, and I am also active into ending child marriage in my community.
Kids Against Plastic is a youth social action project and now charity that we started to raise awareness of plastic pollution.
My next guest used her cap and gown moment to make a major statement.
We cannot stay silent. This is a problem, and it's a problem that cannot wait.
Oh, wow. She, in my opinion, is going to be the face of women's skateboarding for the next decade.
احنا سوينا تويتر الآن بنوصل صوت أطفال حلب للعالم. The last hope for the Syrian children is education. I believe education will set them free.
The world is waking up and change is coming whether you like it or not.
I'm doing this work as we can't just pray anymore. We must do something and we need to do it now.
We're demanding that young girls and women are meaningfully involved in key decision-making spaces and processes. We want to be at the table. Let me rephrase. We need to be at the table.
Welcome to our second online gala. I am thrilled to be in Pakistan with my niece Natasha to celebrate the International Day of the Girl.
Hi.
You know, this day has a special meaning for me because I believe that it's girls like Natasha, this generation, that are the key to our future. And an equal world for women and girls promises a more stable, secure, and peaceful future for all of us.
Right now, there are over 1 billion girls under 18.
Yes, but millions of them face legal and cultural hurdles and discrimination that stifle their potential. For example, 30 million girls are at risk of female genital mutilation. 15 million are impacted by sexual violence, and sex trafficking is the world's largest and fastest growing criminal enterprise.
And the girls in Afghanistan don't know if they will be ever allowed to go to school again.
You know, violence, discrimination, or abuse suffered by one girl is one girl too many. But at Equality Now, we are working to change this, and we are making progress. Just this past year, due to our efforts and those of our partners, Rhode Island and New York became the 5th and 6th states in the United States to outlaw child marriage. The Kenyan High Court affirmed the ban on female genital mutilation, and the country of Georgia started a survivor-centered, trauma-informed approach to all rape cases.
With every law we change, the lives of millions of girls are changed forever.
But this could only be possible with your help, with the help of our dedicated staff, our donors, as well as Gucci and the Inmad Foundation. So I want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart for supporting our efforts, whether they be at the grassroots level or at the highest international courts.
Let's all raise a hand to ensure that girls can live safe, fearless, and free.
Because their futures and ours depend on it.
We hope you enjoyed the show.
I'm happy to be here, honored to be here to help make this world a more just and equal place for girls. They are our future. They are our hope. And we have to know that that means it couldn't be a brighter world.
How to raise a girl?
It's hard to raise a girl in a world that keeps pushing them down.
So raise what you can. Raise your expectations, raise her expectations. Raise your sights beyond the here and now and imagine a fairer future.
Raise questions that demand answers and challenges our elected officials to raise their game.
Raise your voice so they can hear you.
Raise the roof in celebration of those who stand tall against inequality. And raise your hand to join them.
Because together we raise more than girls. We raise a generation with the power to change the world and lift it to the stars.
Thank you to Melissa McCarthy and Debbie Allen for that moving reading. Hi, it's me again, which must mean it's time for another reminder to donate. Equality Now does so much work for women and girls around the globe, from fighting to end stigma around sexual assault victims to working to outlaw child marriage. But they can't do it without your help. So donate now with the button on your screen. Or, if you'd rather not mess with your screen right now, donate on your phone. Unless you just have a rotary phone for some reason. In that case, pick up your rotary phone, use it to call your grandchildren, and have them donate with their smartphones. Now, let's hear from the Equality Now team in India.
Hello,
My name is Divya Srinivasan, and I'm the legal advisor for South Asia at Equality Now. Recently, Equality Now, with partners here in India, published a groundbreaking report into the legal and systemic failings that perpetuate high rates of sexual violence. Through this work, I came across a truly remarkable story. Pallavi is a 23-year-old student studying law in Haryana. At 16, she faced an unthinkable assault and is still seeking justice today. Pallavi is here with us tonight, and she is graciously sharing her story of survival, determination, and hope.
When I was 16 years old, I was going to a relative's place. I was kidnapped and gang raped by 12 young men. They filmed the attack and threatened to share the video if I told anyone. Distraught after learning what I had been subjected to and fearing reprisal from the perpetrators, my father died by suicide that night. The next day, I went to the police station to report the rape and the death of my father. The people of the community were so frightened themselves they could not dare to raise their voices. The perpetrators already were infamous for their criminal records. The community I come from is a minority group in the village. Even if they wanted to, they could not have helped me. My family had to leave the village where I grew up. I had to leave my school. Our lives came to a halt.
Out of her 12 attackers, only 4 were convicted, and even they have been released on bail while their case is pending appeal. Now, Pallavi is taking her case all the way to the state high court. While Pallavi still tackles her legal battles, she also found inspiration for a new path, to become a lawyer.
I realize there are so many girls like me who want to fight for justice, but are unable to because of several barriers. A lawyer can help us in our access to justice. That's when I decided I want to become a lawyer myself. This was primarily to ensure that the barriers that I have faced in my struggle are not hurdles that others would need to surmount as well. My dream is fulfilled, I believe. I wanted to become a lawyer. No girl, rather nobody from my community has studied law before me. So I want to study law myself and wish to encourage and facilitate other victims and survivors from the most backward districts of Haryana to study law as well.
Thank you, Pallavi, for using your voice, your commitment to justice, for your journey, and for everyone whom you're inspiring. Stories like her inspire us to keep working towards a better future for all women and girls.
Hi, Paul Reiser here, and it is my honor to speak to you on this auspicious occasion. Full disclosure, my lovely wife Paula sits on the board of directors of Equality Now, and we have 2 boys. Well, they're not boys, they're men, 21 and 26. So, both on solid food and sleeping through the night at this point, which is a relief. And I would say that more than anything, Paula and I are enormously proud of how both of these guys have grown into such sensitive, thoughtful, caring young men. And, well, you know what? Maybe not both of them, but one of them is really, one of them. But the other one is very, well, you know what? As I sit in here and think about it, no, neither of them are any good. Neither of them are any good. I feel we have blown it. As parents, I think we have blown it. And it's not out of the question that we have dropped the ball on so many levels, and irreparably so, that it's quite possible that we have raised 2 kids who will, continue to be a burden on those who love them, and on a larger sense, a drain on society as a whole for years and years to come. Which is why it's so important that we have your support to help heal the world and make up for our shortcomings as parents. I'm kidding, of course. We have 2 wonderful boys. And I will say that from the time they were very young, they have always had a very strong sense and an understanding of how important it is to fight for women and girls everywhere to have equal rights and equality in every sense of the word. As we celebrate the International Day of the Girl, we are also grateful to all of you for your donations and your support and in helping Equality Now fight to empower girls by ending discrimination and violence and stereotypes around the world and sadly here in the United States. So let me say thank you to all of you. Thank you to our Make Equality Reality host committee, to our board of directors, our advisory board members, to all of you for your time and your support and energy and for helping make this all happen, because this is good work. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Christine Lottie, and I'm a proud member of Equality Now's advisory board. For the over 200 million women and girls alive today living with FGM, and for the millions more who are at risk of FGM, their potential and their futures are threatened by decisions beyond their control. It is practiced on every continent except Antarctica and across cultures, religions, and socioeconomic groups, typically on girls between infancy and age 15. FGM has no boundaries, but neither does our determination to end it. Tonight, I have the great honor of introducing Lankanua's story, a short play by acclaimed playwright Katie Capiello and performed by Shakira Yasmina, about a young girl and her family who dared to defy tradition, and in doing so, helped define a new future for women and girls.
Yesterday at the market, this girl from my village came up to me and my 7-year-old sister, Sintame, and said, "You're disgusting. That dirty thing you have between your legs is like a penis and it makes you look like a boy. No one will ever marry you." For a second, I couldn't breathe and my eyes started to tear up. And then Sintame said, "My sister doesn't have a penis. She has her whole self. That's what our mother always says." I love my sister. She makes it easier for me. It's not as easy for my parents. We are Maasai, and our people value tradition almost more than anything. I remember the arguments that my parents would have. My father would say, "Our daughters will be stripped of their honor. They will be seen as immodest girls. Is that what you want?" And my mother would answer, "Think about the pain that I've experienced and difficulties we've had. You act like it's wrong for me to speak of these things, but I know you see my point. Think of our beautiful daughters. Can you tell me any other part of their bodies that you would willingly cut away? So why this one? Do you truly believe it will make them women?" When I turned 12, other girls my age had their Mirateri ceremonies that included cutting. And I did not. Instead, I had an alternative rite of passage ceremony with dancing and candle lightings. I still transitioned from a girl to a woman, just without cutting. And Sintame will too, because my parents say that we're shifting the tradition. And we're okay. We're still standing, even though people challenge our choice. The number of uncut girls in Kenya is growing every year, and my mother and father are a part of that. They are two of the reasons why more and more girls are on a different path. Why more girls will have their whole self.
Thank you so much for that powerful piece, Shakira and Katie. It's the courageous decisions of families and communities like Lankanua's that are helping us make so much progress to end FGM and ensure that it is recognized for the human rights violation that it is. More and more families, communities, policymakers, and governments are changing. And I am so happy to say that earlier this year, Equality Now achieved a massive victory when the High Court ruled on and upheld the constitutionality of the country's anti-FGM law. So, yes, this is so incredible and exactly the kind of progress that we need. So, thank you. Thank you all for helping Equality Now continue their work to end FGM around the world. It's these kinds of legal advancements and cultural shifts that help millions of girls and brings us that much closer to the just and safe world that all girls deserve. Thank you so much.
Hello, Equality Now supporters. Throughout tonight, we've been talking about the way girls around the world are held back. But don't you dare think there aren't things right here in the US that we need to discuss. Did you know, for example, that right here in North America, child marriage is currently legal in 44 states? Did you know that an estimated 513,000 women and girls right here in the US are at the risk of or have already been subjected to FGM, and only 39 states currently have laws against it? Did you know that sex trafficking and online sexual exploitation are major problems for American girls? Did you know that we still have not ratified the Equal Rights Amendment? The House passed the bill over 50 years ago, but the Senate is refusing to act. The U.S. Constitution does not guarantee that women and girls are treated equally to men. I mean, it's just crazy. The incredible team at Equality Now is able to work on these issues every day. So we cannot thank you enough for your continued support. Together, we can build the world that our girls deserve.
Wow, Jane Fonda has given me a lot to think about, and when Jane Fonda tells me to act, I listen. Sometimes it can be overwhelming, right, to think about all the change that needs to happen in the world, all the problems that we're facing. But fortunately, there are activists like Jane Fonda and others across the globe that are working to make things better and helping us figure out how we can all be a part of a better world moving forward. And right now, we're about to honor one of those activists.
Hello everyone, I'm Jodie Turner-Smith and I'm absolutely thrilled to introduce this year's Changemaker Award presented by Gucci and Chime for Change. The Changemaker Award celebrates the next generation of activists who are championing gender equality and inspiring positive change through self-expression and active citizenship. Tonight, I am honored to introduce the amazing Chantel Maricara as the recipient of the 4th annual Changemaker Award. Chantel is a member of the Generation Equality Forum Youth Task Force, as well as a Rhodes Scholar, a United Nations Millennium Fellow, a Resolution Project Fellow, and a member of the United States Achiever Program. She serves as the Global Peace Chain Country Director for Zimbabwe, as well as Global Peace Ambassador for Zimbabwe. She is here to share her story with us, and I know you will be as inspired by her work and her spirit as we have been. Please welcome Chantel Maricara. Chantel, it is so wonderful to meet you. I'm so excited that I got to do this, and I'm so glad that you could take the time because I know that you are at Oxford studying. Okay, so thank you for being here.
Thank you so much, Judy. I'm excited.
So Chantel, tell me, what can you share are the challenges facing girls, young girls in Zimbabwe? And also, what do you want to change?
I think I would say that, like all other girls around the world, young girls in Zimbabwe are daily subjected to multiple forms of gender-based violence because of different things such as early child marriages, child labor, among other problems. But for me, I would say the key thing or the key challenge is lack of representation, as systems that ought to protect them and stand up for them look nothing like them. The whole idea that as young people, you ought to just stand and listen to the decisions that adults think are the best path for you. Young people are experts. They are already at the forefront of transformative leadership in their communities, fighting against period poverty, early child marriages, advocating for economic justice, gender justice, and so many others. All they need is to be heard, to have their efforts acknowledged, and to be appreciated. We as young girls want to be co-owners and equal partners with our government and civil society, nationally and internationally.
You're so amazing and so brilliant, and also just so motivating in the way that you speak and the way that you galvanize anybody who's in the audience listening to you. Something else that you did was you started a non-profit preschool called Little Dreamers for vulnerable children. Why that name?
Little because they are small, small children. Our preschool has children ranging from the ages of 4 to 8. And dreamers mainly because in spite of their backgrounds and the neighborhoods that these children come from, they have so much potential and they, like everyone else, deserve an equal chance to dream big and have those dreams come to fruition. Where you come from shouldn't matter, but what should matter more is your potential. So when I see these children, I see dreamers. I see little dreamers who are ultimately going to become big dreamers.
That is wonderful. As a follow-up question, I was wondering, what are your dreams?
The dream to stand up for the world and be the voice of the marginalized, especially women and girls in all their diversity, and making sure that the rights of women and girls are always protected and that we prevent those with a polarizing agenda from using customs and values to oppress women. We rise by lifting others, and in the world that we're living in right now, we are more connected than we all know.
Well, you know, Chantal, it has been really amazing to speak to you today. As I mentioned before, I find you to be a great inspiration.
Thank you so much, Jody. Thank you to Gucci and Chime for Change for the honor of the Changemaker Award. And thank you for all you do to support women and girls across the world.
My name is Diana Kellogg, and I'm an architect. I was very honored to design and build the Gaian Center in Jaisalmer. We hope it will set a precedent for other regions to commit to the importance of giving girls the education they deserve. Architecture, for me, is my craft, interest, and the lens through which I see the world. I wanted to use that in a way that would be a positive factor for the girls to go to school. Really understanding that the girls, like all girls around the world, need to feel safe and they need to feel nurtured. They will be able to feel free to learn. The building, I often call it like its big hug. The elliptical forms are forms that actually resonate across cultures. When I was looking at different shapes that kind of symbolized female strength and femininity, not surprisingly, the ellipse kept showing up. It's a womb, it's an egg, and a cradle, essentially, to hold the girls. We're not all lawyers or government officials, but we all have the ability to make the world a better place. When we really get involved in communities in a way that's meaningful, in a way that you sort of give part of your soul to it, we all can use our experience to enact change. Everyone has a talent or a skill that can help. Money is obviously always needed, but sometimes just showing up can mean a lot. And you have no idea the places it will take you. To be honest, I think the gift has been given to me, and the gift has been given to my family, my children, my husband, my friends. I would like to send a message to the girls that you can do anything you set your mind to. If you can visualize it, you can make it happen. Dream big, take risks. We are all of value as humans. We are all equal, and it is actually essential to our survival as a species to do this and to lift everybody up together.
Assalamu alaikum, peace and blessings be upon you. Welcome and hello, and thank you so much for joining me tonight. My name is Marjan Nadiri. I'm a poet and educator, and tonight I'm here to speak with you all about something that's hopefully been on our minds and our hearts right now. Young Afghan women, in all their brilliance and potential, are currently being held back by negative, violent, and forceful stereotypes being imposed by the Taliban. And yet, young Afghan women across the world manage to rise above their oppressors and embody leadership, embody ambition and potential and power. Tonight, I call upon you and the international community to begin holding the Taliban and our governments responsible. But first, I ask you all to extend your love and your grace to the Afghan women in your life who are loving and need love. This poem was inspired by a woman who embraced me at my lowest point. I hope this continues to extend into your heart so that you may love and honor the women, specifically the Afghan women in your lives. This piece is entitled, Mama's Mercy. Arrived at her footsteps with purpled knees and flooding eyes. Mama's hands, as if dipped in moonlight, wrapped the wounds of my soul in a hug. You are home now. Under her roof, she rewrites the myth of Satan. In her holiness, sews a hijab, Kaaba in her chest. When God commands a cleansing, I turn to her as pilgrimage. Even when men who hiccup bullets and wear callous smiles come for her, Mama remains the backbone of community and raises a nation under her roof. Mama, in all her majesty, fights for me and all God's children. Though we came from darkness, the light of love will never leave us, so long as we remain family. And the salute of sacrifice and the calling of truth. When the desert of our ashy knees gets the couch sandy, Mama in all her majesty makes shea butter to gold the dust. We are shining, priceless, precious pillars of gold in her eyes. How honored we are. Relearning worthiness in her mercy. Should we burn and leave her village in flames, she will ask us to inhale the sky in her gaze. For she will never address us as burdens, only as students and never as sinners, only as souls. When the child of Mama's under eyes needs a warm bed, I hug her tightly and remind her, you are home now.
Hi everyone, it's Josh again for the last time this evening. What an amazing event we've had so far. Certainly you'd agree that it's been convincing and compelling enough for you to, I don't know, make a donation? You don't want Gloria Steinem and Chantal Maricara to be disappointed, do you? We all know Paul Reiser from Mad About You, but if you don't donate, he's going to be mad at you. He told me so backstage. So why not donate now to make sure that we get the $100,000 match and we reach our $750,000 goal? Otherwise, Jodie Turner Smith is going to come to your house and shake her head sadly for a full minute. She does not have the time for that. She's very busy. I think I've made my point. Enough from me. Let's hear a few words from Margaret Atwood.
Hello, everyone. I'm Margaret Atwood, and I'm so pleased to be a longtime supporter of Equality Now. This year, Equality Now has been able to focus their efforts on important issues around the world, creating safer places for women and girls. And it's because of donors, supporters, and board members like you that the work of Equality Now continues to grow. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your trust. Thank you for your faith in what I've come to know as an incredible organization of brilliant women and men, all holding each other up and working hard for a new, equal future for us all.
Hello, dear friends of our annual Equality Now fundraising gala. I so wish we were in the same room, but soon we will be able to actually see each other and hug each other. And right now we can take advantage of this technological revolution. And I get to introduce Famzili, who I'm sure all of you know by reputation and inspiration. I can't think of anyone better to lead us and to state what the future could be. If we can't dream it, we can't be it. And she is helping us to dream it. Famzili.
Congratulations, Equality Now, for the celebration of the International Day of the Girls. And congratulations for the wonderful work that you do for the women and girls of the world. For me at UN Women, it has been a pleasure to work with you, to collaborate with you, and together to push forward to gender equality. I also want to congratulate Chantel and thank her for the excellent service to women and girls and the work she has done for generation equality. We have the next 5 years to push forward, to accelerate the implementation of the SDGs, to make sure that we attract more partners to work with us to attain gender equality. I wish you good luck, but of course, I will also continue to be part of the work that you do from wherever I am, because we are all facing the same direction, trying to make sure that tomorrow will be better than today. Thank you.
Well, that was our show. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining us. A huge gratitude to all the performers, the activists, the honorees, the speakers, the writers, all the behind the scenes people who work so hard to make the show successful. We love you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you for helping us make equality a reality.
See you soon. Khudafis.
Up, get up, dance up, get up, sing up, get up. Change everything. Up, get up, dance up, get up, sing up, get up, change everything. Silence must stop, violence must end. Broken body and spirit will rise again. Strength in numbers, take a stand. Right the wrongs, don't ask a man. If one woman hurts, if one woman cries, sisters, women, girls, time is now to change the world. No story forgotten, no soul erased, no promise left empty, we're taking our place. If one woman hurts, if one woman cries, if one man bleeds, rise, rise. What time is it? Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. What time is it? Get up. is it? Time to rise up. What time is it? Time to rise up. What time is it? Time to rise up. Rise, rise. If one woman hurts, one